Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. And if you like my videos, press that like button. The builders have just started work this morning. It is, well, I'll ask Alexa in a moment, but the builders usually work when it's 8 o'clock, they start working, so it's going to get busy and noisy down the road. Corey's Road in Rochester. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 7:59 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Tuesday the 31st of May.
And Alexa, the weather. Alexa, what's the weather like today?
In Rochester, it's 11 degrees Celsius with showers. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 16 degrees and a low of 7 degrees.
Right, Alexa, what's the weather forecast for Thursday?
On Thursday, the 2nd of June in Rochester, it looks like there will be partly sunny weather, with a high of 18 degrees Celsius and a low of 9 degrees.
It looks like the weather may pick up Thursday. The Queen's Platinum Jubilee. It looks like the weather's going to be a bit better. Grumpy first thing in the morning, aren't you, Max? Grumpy, I've woken you up, yes? You want to lie down? You grumpy? Good boy. Doesn't like being moved. He's like a grumpy old man, but he's wagging his tail. He doesn't like being moved. If you move him, he starts moaning. I think he was quite settled, yes? Oh, you want your tummy tickled, yes? You want your tummy tickled? Oh, I have a message to my phone. Let's have a look. Voicemail. Has 10 new messages. 10 new messages. Oh, my mum's already rung me this morning and I missed the phone call. Oh dear. Never mind. Perhaps she'll ring again this afternoon. It's quite early ringing for my mum. She normally rings later on. Right. Where is my coffee? I need a sip of my coffee. Oh. On the floor by my foot. Right, so not much happened yesterday. I went out for a walk with Max. It was fairly quiet. Came back and I put The Devil's Playground on DVD and I watched some of that, and then it was not the film I really wanted. There's a couple of films with Danny Dyer in and I picked the wrong one, so I took that out, switched it off, and I put something else on, Analyze This with Robert De Niro, and I fell asleep to that. I fell asleep to a Robert De Niro film. Oh. This morning it was a bit colder when I woke up, so I put the heating on for a little bit. It's wet out there, it does feel cold, but apparently it's going to pick up on Thursday, so that's good, the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. So I'm here in my flat with Max and my two cats. I've fed them, fed Max. He's curled up there. It does feel a bit colder than it usually does. Alexa, can you put LBC radio on?
LBC London from Global Player.
Sarah's dental practice is expanding to cope with demand, so there are roles that urgently need filling.
But we can refer people to our new practice when it's ready.
Indeed can help her find great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Screen for quality candidates using Indeed assessments to make sure they have the experience your job needs. To start hiring, visit Indeed.com/try today. LBC from Global, leading Britain's conversation with Nick Ferrari at breakfast.
3 minutes after 8 Tuesday, May the 31st. It's half-term holiday hell. Wish you weren't here. Airports in meltdown, chaos reigns supreme. Full details on that story. In other news, the cost of filling your regular family car with diesel that was £72 12 months ago is now north of £100. Howard Cox is founder of the Fair Fuel campaign.
Retailers aren't the ones to blame here. It's further up the fuel supply chain, the wholesalers and the oil companies themselves. What we need is simply to show that the prices are fair.
You remember the story of how the Met Police strip searched that child, or young woman I should say. Unbelievably, there seems to be another instance. We'll be giving you more details on that. And staying with police, have you ever had to make that 999 or 999 call? All forces but one missing the target to answer those phones in 10 seconds due to, yes you guessed it, the wake of the pandemic.
Nick Ferrari at breakfast. Call 0345 60 60 973. Text 84850. Nick Ferrari at breakfast on LBC.
Families are sleeping on airport floors and queuing for up to 8 hours for flights that are then cancelled or diverted as staff shortages cause half-term misery for millions and, of course, threaten to wreck the Jubilee weekend. Conditions are described as similar to being in a zoo at one terminal. Passengers who did manage to fly telling of their luggage going elsewhere. The travel meltdown yesterday led to calls for the government's Cobra committee to intervene. As background how just how bad it is now, LBC's Rachel Venables joins me from Terminal 5 at Heathrow Airport in London. Rachel.
From sleeping on airport floors to lost luggage and mammoth queues leading to missed flights, or else people seeing their flight cancelled, also on the plane with the kids' seatbelts fastened and the luggage stowed. These are just some of the horror stories, Nick, that have been covering from weary travellers just trying to get away for a summer holiday. In many cases, their first since the pandemic, as airlines have been forced to cancel flights, and airports really do seem to buckle under the swell in passengers post-COVID. These travellers heading through Heathrow Airport this morning tell me they are nervous about flying.
I actually found out 3 hours before my flight because I was worried about missing it. And as it turns out, it's absolutely fine. And I think a lot of people have done that, and I think it's actually adding to the problem.
So I arrived at 6 o'clock this morning, and normally I arrive 2 hours before, but as of course, it's 3 hours. So our flight's at 11, and we got here at 7:30 to avoid all the chaos, hopefully. We haven't gone into the terminal yet, so I'm hoping that we won't experience that disaster, basically.
Well, it's quite distressing, really, because most of the people that actually are at the airports for this sort of week haven't gone on holiday for 3 years for the COVID and the pandemic, and it's been their only chance of getting away, and now all of this actually unfolds in front of them. It's the most distressing thing you actually have at the airport, especially families and young children, where you're actually not informed by the respective agencies about this as well. It's really serious to other people.
I actually got an email about it this morning, and I was kind of worried about it.
Woodstock. Well, fortunately for me, I don't have children living with me. It's half term and I've just got a dog and 2 cats here. I don't have to worry about the stress of going on holiday because I haven't been on a holiday myself since 2011 or 10. So I haven't been on a holiday for 12 years. When you're on your own, you don't really want to go to holidays. Well, I don't, because it's just going from one place to another on your own. Fortunately, I've had some really nice days out this year. I've been to Margate and I've been to Stone Bay. And Stone Bay, it was a glorious day. The sun, I've got a bit of suntan on my legs just from staying in the UK. I haven't got a passport. I can't go on a plane at the moment, but I am trying to work that out. The cost of living is so expensive. I don't know how families are managing to afford to go on holiday in the first place. It's really hard just to get your food to eat, and like they're saying, the petrol isn't going as far as it used to. It's more expensive. But people's wages wages aren't going up, are they? So people are trying to buy their food, pay their bills, and top up their car to go to work, and, you know, the cost of living is rising, but their wages aren't rising with it. So people are finding themselves in desperate situations where they're having to ask for money to help them, take out loans, and then you get into more debt and more trouble. So I can understand people's desperation about waiting in airports to go on holiday. Some people just can't afford to go on holiday at all. And I know, you know, it's horrible waiting, isn't it, with children, you know. Terrible when you've got kids and you're waiting in a queue and they start running around, they get restless, they get bored. I do feel sorry for people, I really do. The world is in chaos at the moment, it's in absolute chaos. And all everybody's thinking now is these 4 days of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and there's all the expense has been paid out for that. I know that because all this decorated bark that was out here yesterday, that must have cost a fortune just to decorate the grounds when people can't afford to feed themselves. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? There's people out there starving and hungry, and all this expense for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and there's people literally starving, going to food banks because they can't feed their families. And it's a one in a, you know, seeing the Queen have a Platinum Jubilee is it one in a lifetime thing. Some people will never see that in their lifetime. A Queen reach a Platinum Jubilee, and we all want to celebrate, and we all want to, you know, forget COVID and mix and have fun. But how can you when you can't afford to eat? You can't afford to top up your car. You're going to spend all this expense over 4 days, and then come the next week you're going to be struggling to top up your car to eat. And some people never have to worry about that, do they? They're so rich, they're born into luxury, they don't have to worry about, oh, you know, budgeting. Money's no object. In 1977, I was 9 years old, and we had a street party outside my school for the Silver Jubilee, and I remember that really well. I was a little child sitting at a long table right down the street, dressed in red. I had a red, white and blue dress, and I was a little girl, and I loved it. Because when you're a child, you don't know what your parents are going through, do you? The struggle to make ends meet. The Golden Jubilee in 2002. I was 35, I think. 34, 35, and my kids were at school then. And I was so busy looking after my little kids, I don't remember the Golden Jubilee, to be honest. I absolutely do not remember the Golden Jubilee. When you've got a little kid, it's just gone right out of my head, that one. It's really gone out of my head, but the main one was 1977, the Silver Jubilee, and a massive street party, a massive do, and I loved it. You do when you're a kid, you know, the arts and crafts, you know, the spirit and everything. But I don't know, take each day as it comes. I mean, nobody knows from one day to the next what's going to go on. People plan things and things go wrong. So let's just take it as it comes. Today is wet, today is rainy, today is a bit nippy, and we'll see what happens Thursday. Everybody enjoy their day. Just try and get through it as best as you can, I do. People have lost loved ones. and to expect people to just perk up, jump up and down and run around and be happy when they've lost a lot of relatives and a lot of people won't be there that should have been. It's really hard. See you later.